Have any of you ever had to make a comeback in your lives?
I mean, people love a comeback. People love to build people up, tear them down, then bring them back up. But I think we've all, had to have some kind of comeback. Reinventing yourself is the hardest thing. You try reinventing yourself from a teenage boy bander that came out as gay. It's like, what do you do after that? But you're constantly trying to.
Did you get you're just a boy band guy?
All the time. I still get that. They're like,
they don't take you seriously.
Not at all. Not at all. So being able to reinvent myself, thanks to you, to get on television and
But we take you seriously.
Oh, thanks, man.
We love you. But that's right. You got to get that break, whatever.
Exactly.
I was thinking, it's not more comeback. I think, when you are working in your professional in your 20s and early 30s, and then you give it up to all to have a family, I mean, you stop everything, you think that's sort of it. And so, like, being able to put yourself back in there and get back in the workforce, it's like a comeback. And I think a lot of women do that now, reinventing yourself as a mom and as something else than more than a mom.
Exactly, exactly.
Well, 10 years ago, I was booed within an inch of my life on Showtime at the Apollo, and it was very devastational for me. People were praying for me night and day. It was a mess. And I never thought I would be a comic after that. And then, 10 years later, I found myself on Last Comic Standing, and now on Meredith Vieira. So
what gave you what gave you the courage, because you weren't just booed. If I remember this story, you got on the subway and they booed you off.
Listen, I got booed. I walked off the wrong side of the stage. They said, go back. They booed me when I went back.
Right.
They booed me as I walked through the theater. And they booed me on the 6th train all the way home. There were people on the train. Those people really hated me, and I learned never say whatever I said then again, because I ain't gonna make it.
But then what made you have the courage to say, wait a minute, I'm going to keep doing this?
Well, you know what it was?
A lot of people give up.
You do give up, but I had a desire to do comedy. I think, I was listening to a lot of people telling me the ways they wanted me to be as a comedian, try to be proper. And I said, you know what? I can't go up there and do my thing unless I really do my thing. I can't do it for others. So I came back like him, pushing tables out the way, running up subway stairs. And I got on that stage and I did it. And I'm the person you see today.
Wow, that makes a big difference.
Yeah.
Well, when I left 60 Minutes, when I was pregnant with my second child, there was a lot of headbutting between me and my boss at the time, and then he spread the word that I really wasn't very good at what I did, which was, to me, devastating. So I was determined to make a comeback, and I stayed in news a little bit longer, but that's why I went to The View. It was really to reinvent myself. And when I was there, somebody said to me during a contract negotiation, you may as well sign up again, because at your age, what else could you do?
But sometimes you need that negativity to kick you in the butt.
Right, but I already been offered the job at the Today Show, only they didn't know. And I said, I don't know what else I could do. Let's see. So when that came out, have you had that? Have you had that problem?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely have had that, because for me, I transitioned careers. I worked in fashion, but I really wanted to be in television. And I remember I had someone that really supported that decision and someone under that person that didn't. And they challenged me every single day on the job, saying, you've never worked in news before, you've never worked at a news station before, you don't have the qualifications to do this. But I had the drive, I had the tenacity, and I had the passion to do it, and that's all it takes.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah, proof positive, absolutely.